Although it can be slightly confusing and slightly annoying that there are two words for the verb to be in Spanish, there are clear defined rules that if you stick to those, you can't go wrong for when to use one or the other. So let's jump into it, starting with all the rules for when it's appropriate to use ser. So the first one is identity, saying who you are. So soy Pedro, or eres Maria, or he is John, él es John. The next one is around origin, so where you're from. So I'm from England, so I say soy de Inglaterra. A group of girls over there might be from France, so we say ellas son de Francia. The next one is profession / occupation, and also if you're a student. So I might be a teacher and I say soy profesor, or you might be a student and you say eres estudiante, or he might be a doctor, él es doctor. So the next one is for date and time. So hoy, today, hoy es lunes, today is Monday. And for the time, es la una, son las dos, son las tres, etc, etc. The next one is for characteristics. So soy bajo, I'm short, ella es alta, she is tall, la casa es roja, the house is red, etc. The next one is for relationships. If I'm talking about one of my male friends, él es mi amigo, he is my friend. Or if I'm talking about my sister, ella es mi hermana. Now let's look at estar. When is it appropriate to use estar when you want to say to be? So the first one is location. So if I was to say Madrid is in Spain, Madrid está en España. The same is for like the position of something. El libro está sobre la mesa. The book is on the table. The next one is if we're talking about conditions or the kind of like the way we feel. So for example, estoy cansado, ella está cansada. So I'm tired, she is tired. The same rings true for emotions. So estoy feliz, I am happy, or ellos están tristes, they are sad. The next one is when we're talking about ongoing actions, and we'll come onto this in a later part of the module and explain it more specifically. But if you're talking about something that you are currently doing, so it would be like estoy hablando, I am speaking. Estás escribiendo, you are writing. So it's the idea of to be plus almost like an ing word is what we'd call them in English. So writing, singing, dancing, etc, etc. You conjugate estar with the subject pronoun you want to talk about, and then add the ing form of the verb. But like I say, we'll come onto this later in the course and dedicate a full video going through this. Another one would be a temporary description. So for example, el café está frío, the coffee is cold. That can change. And then the last one for estar is the result of an action. So for example, la puerta está cerrada, the door is closed. That's the result of someone closing the door. So like I say, it's a bit frustrating that in Spanish we have two different ways of saying to be, but if you stick to those clear defined rules, you can't go wrong.